Hello yogis, and welcome to this first part in our Yoga for Weight Loss series. We're just about into spring. It's the time of year when our body naturally wants to start becoming a little more active, eat a few less calories and shed a few pounds. This is the time of year we will naturally do it, so let's take advantage of that. You'll need, well, you don't need any blocks for this, but you might find it useful to have one or two to hand. I'm still in healing from my back, so this sequence is safe for anybody that has got a chronic back condition, as we're not doing any great flexion in the spines, hence why there are some slightly alternate options here with this sequence. So if you're feeling ready to start shedding the bear and becoming a gazelle ready for spring, join me on the mat.
Let's start in Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged. I'm sitting up on a block, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's really sunny, so I've just popped my sunglasses on as well. Hands can be face down or palms up, whichever is comfortable for you. Coming into the breath, tall through the centre channel, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Notice the breath. Don't try and control it. Just notice it coming in through the nostrils and going out through the nostrils. Bring the right hand to the left knee, swim the left fingers behind, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. 3 breaths here. It's more important to lengthen the spine than how far we twist round. Exhale, navel in, inhale back to centre. Switch sides, left hand to the right knee, right fingers behind, inhale length, exhale journey into your twist. 3 breaths again. Exhale, navel into the spine, inhale back to centre. Clasp the hands, take note of which way you've got your thumb. Inhale, arms forward, up. Let the gaze go up if that is comfortable. Really stretching up through the side body. Exhale, break free. Fingers come down just behind. Reclasp, but the other way, the way that feels uncomfortable. Inhale, forward and up. Really stretching. Exhale, break free. Fingers come down behind. Mindfully, we're transitioning onto all fours, so keeping your navel up and in through this movement. Keep the blocks to hand, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Really pushing away from the yoga mat. Feet parallel, not coming in, not splaying out. That navel's really drawing up and in, doming between the shoulder blades, so we're not collapsed between our shoulder blades. Then on an inhale, lower the belly, lift the gaze, cow. Exhale, curling from the tailbone into cat. My cat is very shallow because my back's still in healing. Inhale, cow, arching the lower spine, gaze up, elbows straight. Exhale, curling from the tailbone. And one more with your breath. Inhale. Lower the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, cat. Really stretching up between those shoulder blades. Inhale, back to neutral. Extend the right leg back and push through that right heel for a calf stretch. Keeping that navel up and in throughout. Come forward so the shoulders are over the wrists. Inhale, lift the right leg, toes pointing down, and if you're steady, the left arm can come up as well. Think length rather than height, hand and foot reaching away. If you are too wobbly, keep both hands to the mat. We're still working the core here. even if both hands are on the mat. Keep that navel up and in. On an exhale, raise. Inhale, back to parallel. Exhale, raise the leg and arm. Inhale, parallel. 8 of these. And hold, and then pulse for 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Exhale, bring the knee and hand back down. Extend the left leg back. Push into that heel for a calf stretch. Then come forward, wrists over shoulders again, navel up and in. Inhale, the left leg up so it's parallel, and if you're steady, the right arm comes up. 3 breaths here, really keeping that navel up and in. Right palm faces down, suck that navel in, exhale, arm and leg lift, inhale back to parallel, 8 of these. 3, exhale lift, inhale parallel, exhale lift, inhale parallel, keep going. Keep it lifted, then pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hand and knee come back down. Lovely. Curl your toes. Walk yourself back for a toe squat. So move the little toe to the side if it's getting squashed. Pelvic floor lifted so we're not dumping into the heels. Rotate the wrists, give them love. This might be killing your toes. If you need to rise up, please do. Navel in, come forward, back to tabletop. Well, hands just in front of the shoulders. Exhale, lift up into our first down dog. So generous bend in the knees, pushing through all the fingertips and knuckles, and then pedal it out. Bending one knee as you stretch the other heel towards the mat. It does not need to touch. Enjoy this movement. Come onto the toes, then exhale, heels aiming for the mat. Don't need to touch. Lovely length through the spine. Head between the upper arms. Come back down to all fours. Come back to kneeling. Then step the right foot through, coming into a runner's lunge. So for me, I can't place my palms flat yet on the ground. If you can, frame your foot. Otherwise, blocks. Wonderful, wonderful things. Hands to the blocks, curl the back toes, and then float that back knee up for a runner's lunge, spiking that heel to the back of the mat, and then just come off of the hands. So we're just engaging the core, hands back, framing the foot, lower that back knee, move the blocks to one side, push back into kneeling, coming forward mindfully into a half plank. So our hips and shoulders are in a diagonal line. Exhale, 3 tricep dips, inhale up, exhale lower, inhale up, exhale lower, inhale up, and exhale all the way down, toes flat, inhale cobra, exhale bow, navel up and in, inhale push back to all fours, curl the toes, exhale, rise up into down dog, pedal it out again. And again, find some stillness, shoulders away from the ears, imagining the crown of the head aiming towards the mat. Lower the knees, navel up and in as we rise back up, step the left leg through, frame the foot with the hands either straight to the mat or onto blocks, curl the back toes, lift that back knee, runner's lunge on this side, squeezing everything into the midline, just come off of the hands, activating the core for a breath cycle, exhale, frame the foot, lower that back knee, push back through that front heel, come back to kneeling. Before we come through to our half plank, tricep dips again, keeping the elbows in as much to the side as possible. Exhale, lower, inhale up. We only come halfway down. Exhale, lower, inhale up. One more. Exhale all the way to the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, cobra. We're really starting to work our muscles here. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in. Push back to all fours. Knees wide as the mat, toes together. Coming into a wide-legged child's pose. I have to put a block under my forehead for my back at the moment so I don't round it. But if your forehead reaches the mat, that is wonderful. Bottom is aiming for the heels, but it doesn't need to be on the heels. Breathing here, enjoying this rest. Navel up and in, rise back to tabletop. Back up into kneeling, right leg forward again. Runner's lunge this side again, curl the back toes, lift the knee, squeeze everything into the midline, navel up and in, hands to the waist, rise up, high lunge. If you're steady, find a gaze to fix your gaze. Inhale the arms up, overhead. Palms can be together, but if your shoulders feel scrunched, take up space. Breathing here. Exhale, frame the foot, lower the back knee, push through that front heel, come back to kneeling. Return to the half plank position. And then see if you'd like to go into full plank, lifting the knees. If you're coming into full plank, spiking the heels to the back of the mat, kneecaps lifted so the quads are engaged, navel up and in, pushing away from the yoga mat with the hands so we're doming through the shoulder blades. Now if this is a bit too much, lower your knees before coming all the way down as one to the belly on an exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in. Inhale, push back to all fours. Curl your toes. Exhale, down dog. Oh, really feel that lovely stretch in the spine. Knees bent as much as they need to be. Lower the knees. Coming back into the kneeling so we can step the left leg forward into our runner's lunge. Either hands on the mat or the blocks. Squeezing everything into the midline. Find your focal point, hands to the waist, rise up. Once you are steady, itched any itchy ears. Inhale, arms up again. The palms can be together or wide apart. Really stretching up through those fingers. Active arms, active legs. 100% body working here. Exhale, frame the foot with the hands. Lower the back knee. Push through that front heel. Coming back into our half plank to begin. And then if you would like, rise into full plank. Breathing here. Come forward slightly, then exhale all the way down to the belly, remembering you can lower your knees for this. Let's come into a back strength and a locust, palms by our side, flat to the mat. Big toes towards each other, heels apart. Inhale, navel up and in. Exhale, lift head, shoulders, hands and legs. Breathing here, 3 breaths. Great back strengthener. Good for toning the triceps as well. Exhale, lower. Have a breath cycle here. Then prepare. Big toes towards each other, heels apart. Inhale, navel in. Exhale, lift. Breathing here. On your next exhale, lower down. Wonderful. Bring your forehead onto your back of your left hand, bend into the right knee and catch up the right foot and pull it into the right buttock. Laying quad stretch. Pressing the pelvis into the mat to intensify the stretch. Our quads have worked hard, as have our glutes. Carefully release. Switch hands, so bring your forehead onto the back of the right hand. Catch the left foot, pull the left foot to the glute. Pressing that pelvis into the mat if you need to intensify the stretch. 5 breaths here. On your next exhale, release. Hands under the shoulders, navel in, push back to all fours. We're transitioning carefully onto our backs. Time to look after our hamstrings and glutes now. Give them some stretching. Adjust your ponytail if it's digging in the back. Both knees bent. Extend the right foot so it's parallel to the sky or the ceiling. Grab behind that thigh if you can and pull it towards you. Extending that left leg if that feels nice. And with each exhale, think extending that right leg a bit straighter. Don't overdo it. The intensity should be a 4 to 5 out of 10. Want to stretch, not tear muscles. Bend into the left knee, cross the right ankle over the left knee, pushing that right knee out. If you're not feeling anything in the right glute or outer hip, come behind the left thigh with your hands, left shin parallel to the ceiling, and pull that thigh in. Make sure the right foot is flexed. Breathing here, reclined pigeon. Exhale, bring the left foot back down if it was, unravel, and switch to the other side. Left leg extends, foot parallel with the ceiling. It may be really bent, and that's absolutely fine. Holding on behind that left thigh. If it feels nice, extend the right leg. And on the exhales, just pushing through that left heel a little bit more to see if you can straighten that knee just a little bit more. Bring the right foot back to flat to the mat, so it's bent at the knee. Cross the left foot over the right knee. Recline pigeon this side. So first stop, pushing that knee away. Second stop, lifting the right shin parallel to the ceiling, pulling behind the right thigh. Left foot flexed to protect that knee. Breathing here. Enjoying the stretch in the left glute, left outer hip. Exhale, navel to spine, lower the right foot back down, uncross the left. If you've got a block, grab your block. Inhale the navel in, exhale, lift the pelvis a little bit. We're just popping the block under the sacral. You don't have to have a block, but this just gives it a nice bit of an inversion. Legs up the wall without a wall. So bend the knees, extend the legs up, feet flexed. Great for the hamstrings, great for the lymph drainage, and it can be really nice to part the legs so we've got a really good stretch in the groin. Gravity's doing the work here. It's quite intense, so at any point you want to, bring your legs back up together, breathing deep. This is a great energy giver. Great at any time of the day when your legs are aching. Bring your legs back together if they were still apart. Last few breaths here. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale that navel in and bring one foot down at a time. Exhale, lift the pelvis carefully to remove the block. Bring the hips back down. Laying spinal twist. Gently lift the hips and move them slightly to the right of the mat so we can then lower the knees to the left. If the knees don't want to go all the way to the ground, pop a block underneath. Arms either straight out to the side or cactus arms with a 90-degree bend like I am doing here, which gives a lovely stretch across the pecs as well, across the chest. So good for us, laying spinal twist, breathing deep. Exhale the navel in, inhale the right knee up, followed by the left. Keeping that navel in, carefully shift your hips over to the left of the mat. If you're on a block, switch the block to the other side so the knees can lower to the right. And arms as you wish. It's important that both shoulders are firmly on the mat. If you're finding your left shoulder is lifting, you need to bring the knees up a bit. You're trying to go too far before the body's ready for the stretch. Exhale, navel into the spine. Inhale, left knee comes up, followed by the right. Recenter your hips on the mat. Extend the legs long and as wide as the mat, feet relaxed, turning out, arms to the side, palms up. Let the breathing return to normal. Let the body integrate all the work that it has done. If you can spend longer here, then do, but if you need to get going, start to bring movement into your fingers and toes, rotate wrists and ankles, stretch up overhead, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, bend into the knees so the feet are flat to the mat, roll onto one side, pause for a moment, and bring yourself up into any seat. That can be kneeling, cross-legged, whatever is comfortable. Bring the arms up together overhead, bringing down to your heart center all this wonderful spring energy. Bow your head to your hands, thanking yourself for taking this time to nurture your body. Namaste. I hope you have enjoyed this first part in our Yoga for Weight Loss series. Give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you haven't done so already, please do click the subscribe button below. Help support free yoga on the internet. Thank you.